What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another live stream. So, we are going to talk a little bit about how I got started with travel credit cards and all that stuff. But first, guys, let me know you're here. Just give me a thumbs up. Also, if you could like the video, we have about 11 people in the room. So, if you like the video, that will bring more people in. We can have a real good discussion here. So, it's not just going to be about me. I'm going to tell you my story, how I got started, and then we're going to open it up. I want you guys to all talk about your experience when it comes to travel credit cards and credit cards in general, how you got started, why you got started, and then we'll do some Q&A with that. And I was thinking a couple days ago just about this. Like, we all have different strategies when it comes to travel credit cards, which credit cards to get, why we're getting them, how many to get, how we're going to use them. So I decided this is a good topic to talk about. Like, what is our motivation? We all have different motivations. Like, some people, like me, I like to use them for travel, and that's the reason that I'm getting these cards, for nothing else. I'm not trying to collect points. I'm not trying to collect cards. I just want to travel. That's it. And if I have enough points to travel, I'm happy. So that's my ultimate goal. And when I see my points start getting a little low, and I'm thinking, okay, when I know in 3 months I'm going on a trip, well, then that's when I start thinking, okay, it's time for me to get another travel credit card. And that's when I start doing more research and stuff like that. So I'm not one to, every time a new card comes out, I'm looking to get it, unless it's an unbelievable situation where it really makes sense to do it. If it makes sense to do it, then I'll do it, even if I have points already. I'm not in this game trying to become a points millionaire. I'm here just trying to travel 3 or 4 times per year. That's it. That's it. So, so we'll talk a little bit about that because I think it's important. And I do have a poll that I'll be. I guess I can try to open the poll up now, and that's what the poll's going to be about. The poll's going to be about, what do you guys think as far as what is your strategy? You're getting these points. So not only how you got started, but what is that strategy? So we'll do a poll and see where people fall in the poll. Let me see if I can open it up. I think I might be able to get it going right now. Usually they won't let you check your points for 10 minutes, but I think we can do a poll and have the poll running in the background. So let's see if this works here. All right, so let's see. At least we'll know if the bot is working, right? The poll comes open. So I started it and it didn't do anything. So hopefully in 10 minutes it will. Maybe it is. I don't know exactly how it all works. So when it comes to this cloud bot thing, so hopefully it will recognize it. And guys, please let me know, like 10 minutes in, if nothing happens, let me know. That way I can reset things and get this going, because I have been having some issues with this cloud bot. It's not always working. So I want to make sure it works so you guys can get your points. Now I'm talking about points. I want to say that I added points to. I pretty much did it like this, and I'm going to start doing this from time to time. Not every time, but from time to time. If I see that you guys are posting comments in the comment section of this video or any of the videos, I'll just kind of do a scroll for the last 7 days. And if I see you guys have posted comments and you watch my live streams, because I know everyone that watches a live stream because I have a list. The one good thing about this software is it will list everyone who's watching the live stream. So if you watch for 10 minutes or more, it's going to have you on the list. And so if I see that name, then I will give you guys points. Now, this is, like I said, this is not going to be every time, not every week, but it'll be every once in a while when I look at it and I'll say, okay, yeah. So what I did is I added 100 points to each person that I saw that posted a comment. So we're going to do that. Now, not only am I going to do that, but every week I'm going to, and I kind of liked how some people set this up, and I don't know I don't know where they got it from. I don't know if I said anything about it or what, but they just put like, "Ooh, I'm the first comment," and "Ooh, I'm the second comment. I'm the third comment. I'm the fourth comment. I'm the fifth comment." So I really like that. And so with videos that I post, even if you're not the first comment, you're the first person to put "I'm the first comment," or "I'm first," or "I'm second," or "I'm third." So the people who get in there. Like for instance, the video that I just put out today, and just go to my channel. You'll be able to see the video. It's just about really my first redemption and my first real big um, my first real big. I can't remember what was my title. I'm getting all tongue twisted on my own stuff, but yeah, the video that I just put out about Paris and how I got the unbelievable deal, the deal of a lifetime is what I was calling it. So uh, go to that video and just put "I'm first, I'm second, I'm third." So we'll go down to five. So we'll go down to five people, and then you will get 200 points. So I'm going to add 200 points to that, just so you know. And I'm just trying to get more buzz, get people talking. If you want to leave a comment, that would be great as well. But leave a comment other than just saying that I'm first would be great. But I want to get dialogue going when it comes to the videos that I put out, because that's ultimately how I understand what you guys like and what you don't. The comments, and that's one of the reasons I love doing live streams, is because it's a live chat and we're just on here talking. And if you have questions and stuff like that, then you guys can pose those questions. You guys can pose comments and ideas and things like that. So that's what I'm talking about when it comes to the videos that I put out. Because of the videos, I like to premiere videos, but when you premiere a video, it's in the moment, and so it's a little bit hard for people to kind of respond and have ask questions and stuff like that while the video is going. And some of the videos I have are pretty short, so it doesn't give you that much time to really react, right? So just some things that I've been thinking about. So we'll do five. I'm going to give 200 points to five different people. So all you need to do is go to that video. So you have to go to that video specifically, and I'll announce different videos. They'll say, "Hey, you know what? Go to this video." And actually, I should have put a link just to make it a little bit easier for you guys. Posting a link would not hurt. Let's go ahead and do that. If you guys haven't already gone over there, but let's see. Do that real quick. And other things. If you guys have questions, please put it in the chat, and then we'll go over. Just put at TEC, and I'll make sure to go over the questions, and I will address those questions. And it's funny, I put this video out. I keep looking at it now. Like, I shot this video 3 years ago, and I really like the camera that I was using at that time. Kind of funny, because the camera wasn't anything special. The lens that I was using. Okay, so there's the link there. So you can go over there, just put "I'm first, I'm second." If you see someone that's already put "I'm first," then put "I'm second, I'm third, I'm fourth," and work all the way down the line to five. And then you guys will all get points. Okay, now let's see. If there are any issues, just let me know. And if their sound is off or something like that, let me know. The last live stream we did, for whatever reason, I don't know what was going on, but the audio was not the mic was messed up at the beginning, and then it got better. I don't know why that was happening. Maybe I had too much stuff going on in the background. I don't know, but yeah, it was clearly not working properly. Okay, you know what? Let me start my timer because I forgot that. All right. Like button, guys, hit the like button. Please hit that like button. We got about 17 people in here, 13 likes. More likes the video gets. Let's start working towards 50 likes again. If we can do that, then we'll definitely get a bigger audience. And I've kind of fallen off on like reminding people, hey, hit the like button. So I get it. You get in here, you start watching the video, and you just forget about it. And so I just want to remind you guys, hit that like button, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm. It will help bring more people in. If you can do that, that really helps us out. All right, I'm going to give shout outs right now. So about 2 minutes. So if you guys are in here, let me know you're here. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a hello or something, so I can give you a proper shout out. And then we'll go ahead and get started with with the way that I got started with travel credit cards, and where I am now. Like, I mean, we'll talk about that too, because just strategy wise, where I am. All right, let's go ahead and give some shout outs here. We got Mr. Chocolatazo. What's going on, buddy? So he says he's on his way to Florida. It looks like you're driving, I would imagine. Say you're near New Mexico. That's a long drive, man. That is a long drive. But have fun, man. Have fun with that. Send us some pictures. Put some pictures in the WhatsApp group. We do have a WhatsApp group and a Facebook group, so you can join those the WhatsApp group or the Facebook group. Just go down to the description. I'm sorry. Well, you can go down to the description. It's in there, but it's also in the comments. In the comment section, I always pin it at the top. So just click on those links. The WhatsApp group is probably the WhatsApp group is more active than the Facebook group. Especially if you want like a personal kind of more of a one-on-one, you can contact us. I mean, you could. I don't know. It's weird, because I always say that, but Facebook has the same features. I mean, it does have Messenger. You can message people. But for whatever reason, in the WhatsApp group, it just seems a little more personal to me. And I don't know. It's just different. That's all I can say. I like it a lot better. I like the format. It's just, to me, it's just like a chat, or not even a chat, like a text message. So I kind of like that setup a little bit better. Plus, I'm not always logged into Facebook. Like, I'm always logged into WhatsApp. So anytime messages come through, I see the messages that come through. So it's just I like it a lot better. Okay, where are we? Henry, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by, Henry. And David, what's going on, buddy? Checking in from Las Vegas Strip. Cool, man. Don't lose all your money. All right. And Henry's asking if I'm still in Bogota. No, I'm not in Bogota. I'm actually back in Southern California. Let's see. Andre and Andrea, what's going on, guys? All right, so I do need to give them a shout out. Always give them a shout out anytime they come in the building. Andre and Andrea, they have a YouTube channel. They talk about relationship stuff, but it's a unique twist. Well, there's a couple of different twists. It's an interracial couple, but they're also international, or he's American, she's Colombian, and they live in Colombia. So it gives you, like I said, there's a twist there. They just talk about relationship stuff when it comes to having an international, interracial relationship. So they've had a channel out. They're doing really well. They've been out for about 6 months, 6 to 7 months. They've already hit 1,000 subscribers, which is a real hard thing to do for those of us who are doing, or who have YouTube channels. We know how hard it is to hit that, and it took me a couple of years to hit that 1,000 point or 1,000 subscriber point, and then get the monetization. Which monetization for me was different because they didn't have the same things that they have now as far as these rules. But for me to get to 1,000, it took me a while. So they're doing some really good stuff over on their channel. So check their channel out. Go over there, hit the 3 little dots. It'll take you over to their channel. Subscribe to the channel, and then check out some of their content. They also do live streams too on Friday, or on Thursday and Friday. So make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell notification, and then you'll get notified when they're going live. Let's see. Jessica, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. And who else do we have in the building? We have Techie Diva. What's going on? Thank you for stopping by. I think it's the first time I've seen you here. Thank you for joining our family here. Nate and Jess, what's going on? Brian, how you doing? Jessica, how you doing? Let's see. Pink Lady, what's going on, Pink Lady? Randy, what's going on? Nice to see you. And who else is in the building? Ooh, Streamlabs is working. That's good. Okay, so we got that working. If you guys want to check your points, all you need to do is put exclamation point points, and you can see how many points you have currently. And then also that poll should be showing. For whatever reason, I don't see it showing, so I'm gonna have to go back and turn that back on to make sure it's working here. So the poll, just follow the directions. Streamlabs will give you directions on how to to vote on the poll, and then we'll look at the poll at the end of the show. Cakeology, what's going on, brother? So Cakeology, he also has a YouTube channel. You want to check him out. He has some really good information about business credit. That's his angle. So he talks a lot about that. He's got a lot of experience, and right now he's helping me get my business off and running, so the right way. I've had a sole proprietor photography business for about 8 years now, and so I'm finally incorporating my business and getting it making it a real business, right? So I can have credit lines and things like that. Whereas before, sole proprietor, everything is just coming through me. So now I'm getting that all set up, so I'm able to get loans, and I'm able to get credit cards and stuff under that business as its own entity, which is good. Okay, let's see who else do we have. Life for Business, what's going on, buddy? And let's see, Kane, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. All right, so let me go over here real quick. I just want to make sure I get the get this poll working. It seems like it didn't go off. Say it's on. Let's close it and then let's start it again. There we go. All right, so there is the poll, and basically I wanted to just talk about what are your credit card plans. So like what do you have planned for your, like, what's your strategy when it comes to, maybe I should put strategy, but what is your strategy when it comes to credit cards? Are you earning to travel now? Are you earning to travel later? Are you earning just to earn? You're earning for cash back? Are you earning points for because you want to hit a certain mark? Like some people want to hit a milestone. They want to get 1 million points, right? And be a points millionaire. So what is your strategy? That's what I'm interested in knowing. And so the way that you vote on this, and the bot, I think the bot, does it give you all the information? It doesn't. So it's going to be exclamation, or does you're going to put exclamation point vote. Wait a minute. I don't even know now. Let me see. What is it? I thought it told you guys exactly how to do it. And let's be back out of this real quick. It doesn't show. Polls open. Yeah, there it is. Exclamation vote, and then whatever you're voting. Okay, so it'll be, so for example, and I'll put an example here so you guys know what I'm talking about here. Exclamation point vote, and then this is all caps what you're gonna vote. And I think I put what, travel, or I just put now. So all caps now. So the way that I do things is I do things now. I think that worked, right? Or maybe I can't vote on my own polls. Who knows? Hopefully that worked. Doesn't look like it worked. It didn't give me any response. Somebody type in the same thing that I typed and see if it, because it should give you something back. Say something back. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move on. I don't want to. If it's not working, then we'll fix it later on. But yeah, it should give you a response. And it didn't look like it gave a response. And that Chocolatazo, it has to be exactly the way that they put it. So it has to be exclamation points vote with a small v. So not a capital V. All right, guys. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started here. We'll talk about, we'll get into that stuff a little bit later. Hopefully it's doing something. Oh God, these polls, man. No, it's actually showing me stuff. You know what? I guess it doesn't respond, but it is showing me. I am getting the votes, so they are showing. So that's good. And then we'll go back to it at the very end, and then we'll talk a little bit about this stuff. Okay, so let me just talk about my whole story here, how I got started with travel credit cards. The main thing when it comes to travel credit cards for me, I've always been very afraid of credit cards. Okay, so my whole life, that's the way I've been. Even when I was in college, when I got my first credit card, I just got it just because I wanted to get a free T-shirt, and I didn't think anything about it or think anything of it at that time. But my interest was, make sure, guys, when you're writing, like John, you just wrote, make sure you put all caps for your response. So now, later, millionaire, it has to be in all caps. So the first part of it is all lowercase, and then the second part is all caps. Okay, it's not going to recognize it if you don't. So yeah, when I first got started with travel credit cards, like with credit cards in general, it was in college. So I got those credit cards in college. It was actually good that I did that. And I didn't, like I said, I've always been afraid of credit cards, didn't know anything about credit cards, but I just got them for the free t-shirts. And it was good that I did that because I started my credit history there, my credit card history. And that's a really important thing when it comes to improving your credit, your FICO score, is the age of your account. So by me getting it early on, that really helped me out. And so my advice to people who are younger, not to use credit cards necessarily, but to at least get one credit card when you're young, or become an authorized user under your parents if your parents are able to do that for you. That will really help out your credit in the long run when you need it. When you're at the point where you're buying cars and buying houses and things like that, well, that's when you really need that FICO score to be good. So my advice, get a credit card early and don't use it. If you're young and you're not because I wasn't at that stage. When I was young, I wasn't at the stage of being responsible to use a credit card. That's just the way I felt. I wasn't. And luckily, I didn't get into debt early on. Well, I didn't get into debt with my credit cards. I was in college, so that's a whole nother debt. But when it came to credit cards, yeah, I was pretty good about. I was afraid of them, so I wasn't using them. So that was that. Now, once I got past that whole fear, and I'm talking, this fear lasted me from the time when I got that first credit card until 3 years ago when I started getting travel credit cards. I was very afraid of getting credit cards, and at the time I only had 2 credit cards. And actually I got a third. So I had 2 credit cards from college, and then I picked up a third credit card just through my bank. I bank with Wells Fargo. They have these rewards cards, and this was way back. And I need to actually look at things because I know they have the Propel card now. I haven't even looked at maybe doing a product change to get that card because it's a better card. But the card that I have, I don't even know what the name of it is, but you get points, but it's not anything that I would recommend getting as far as a card. But I got it probably 10 years ago. And the only reason I got it is because they offered it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't know anything about points, but it said points, rewards. And I think when you don't know a lot when it comes to points and stuff like that, you look at these cards and you start thinking, okay, well, yeah, let me try this one out. Just because I hear that points are good and I can use those to travel. And so that's why I got that card. And then from there, fast forward to 3 years ago, I started thinking about, okay, you know what? I want to travel, and I need money to travel. And so I've heard about these points. Does it really work? And so what do? I get on YouTube like everybody else does when they have questions, right? Get on YouTube, start looking at some videos. And the person that I was following at the time was the points guy. I was following him a lot. The points guy and boarding area. And also, what is it? Flight Deal. I don't follow them that much anymore, but the Flight Deal, I used to follow them. And I would have them like I had Google Chrome. I have the Google Chrome browser. And so I had it as one of my like favorites. So when I click the Google Chrome, it opens up automatically. So I had like those 3 that would open up. So I was always looking at them. Then plus I had them on Twitter. So I was following them there. And so I learned a lot from the points guy about just how the credit cards work and everything. And so first credit card that I got was the City Premier card. And at the time it was weird because I didn't go with Chase, although I was thinking, yeah, you know what, maybe I should go with Chase. But I went with the City Premier card because it was a newer card. It was newer, I think that was when they first started the Thank You Points, or the Thank You Points were relatively new. And so at that time I was thinking, yeah, you know what? Let me go with a newer card and the points. I was looking at the earn possibility with this card. It was better than the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is before the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So actually, it would have been more than 3 years. So we're looking at almost 4 years. So anyway, I got that card first, and then I got the Citi Advantage card, the American Airlines card. I was all set with American Airlines, thinking, you know what, that's going to be my airline. And after doing some research and hearing what people would say, hey, you know what, you need to commit to or you should commit to an airline, fly on that airline. And this was back before they have like the two factors now. You could do mileage runs back then and earn status, but that was the way it was. So I was thinking along those lines. Okay, you don't have to like now they have the spending limits, plus you have to hit a certain milestone as far as how many miles you've flown. So I got that card, and then I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred after because I started learning more about, okay, what are the cards that you should be getting, and the Chase Sapphire Preferred kept coming up as like the number one card. And then I started looking at the different benefits that they offered, and I said, yeah, you know what, Chase Sapphire Preferred does look like a good card. Let me go ahead and apply for that one. And I didn't think I would get it at the time because I was thinking, well, I didn't know like how many cards you could get and all this stuff. And I already had 2 cards, so I was okay. If I got declined, I was still okay with the cards that I had. That's the way I was feeling in my mind. But nonetheless, applied for the card, got approved, and so got the Chase Sapphire Preferred. And then from that point, I was done. I had points. Like I had with my Citi the Advantage card with American Airlines, I got 50,000 for the sign-up bonus. I guess I should talk about sign-up bonuses. Yeah, I got 50,000 for that sign-up bonus. I got 50,000 for the sign-up bonus on the Citi Premier card, and then I got another 50,000 for the sign-up bonus on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So and not only did I get those sign-up bonuses, but then I also got a bank. Citi would send me these basically open up an account, we'll give you 50,000 points. So open up a checking account, open up a bank a savings account. So that's what I did. I opened up a checking account and you have to load it with a certain amount of money, and then you have to do the different little steps that they want you to do. So I got 50,000 points for that. So I had 100,000 points with my American Airlines card. And then I had 50,000 points with the Premier card, and then the Preferred card I had another 50,000. So I was at 200,000 already. So I was in my mind, I'm set. Like I have a good setup. And then came August, and the Chase Sapphire Reserve was announced. And so when that one was announced, and I started thinking, well, I don't know, like this looks like a really good card, even though that's the annual fee. That's another thing I was thinking too at the time. I was like, wow, I don't want to get too many cards and have these annual fees really kicking my butt. And so when that card was announced and just the buzz and everyone talking about the card and 100,000 sign-up bonus, I couldn't say no. I didn't need a card at that time. I didn't feel that I needed a new card at that time. But just looking at all the benefits, I didn't have a top tier card. It was going to allow me to have lounge access, give me a $300 travel credit, and 100,000 sign up bonus. So at that point, I was like, yeah, I need to get this card. So I went ahead and got that card and hit the sign up bonus on that card. So I had like 300,000 points at that time that I had accumulated. And that was, and then from that point, then I took a long hiatus. I didn't get any cards for a while, and I used the points that I had. So I was just traveling. I was traveling all over. I went to Paris. I went to Aruba. I went to Costa Rica. I went to Thailand. I went to Colombia. You guys know me. I went to Colombia like 3 times. And I think those were all of my trips. The last trips that I've gone are the trips that I've gone in the last couple of years. And so I was just traveling, just using those points. I was using cash too. So just because I have points, and this is another thing too, as far as strategy, how do you use your points? Do you use just points, or do you use points when they make sense and then use cash when that makes sense? And so that's what I was doing. I was doing a lot of using points to fly. I like to use points to fly and fly business class, first class, doing that, and then using cash when it makes sense. Like if I'm staying at Airbnb and it's really reasonable, then I'm going to use points. Or I'm sorry, if it's really reasonably priced, then I'm going to use cash. Or if I'm staying at a place that I can't afford, like when I was in Hawaii, and that's another thing too. I went to Hawaii a couple of times. If I'm using points to stay like in places I can't afford, like in Hawaii, staying at some of these nice properties, then yeah, I'm going to use points for that. So when it makes sense, I'm going to use cash. When it makes sense, I'm also going to use either cash or points, however you want to see that. So that's what I've been doing, and I've been doing the same thing this whole time. Like I haven't really changed my strategy when it's come to that, and I've been able to. I still have points now, and I'm still able to travel. So we got a super chat in the building. Thank you very much, Lyndon, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, man. So Lyndon also has a channel. Just do a little quick plug for him. He's got a channel, How to Get an 800 Credit Score. So you guys want to check him out every Wednesday at 8:15 Central. He does live streams as well as he'll put out videos from time to time just on some of his information about how to get your credit score up. He's been putting out a lot of videos about credit cards now because him and his wife, Janelle, they've been applying for credit cards and getting credit cards. So he's doing like unboxings and talking about his experience and her experience applying for these different credit cards. So really, really interesting information that he has on his channel. So check him out. Go over there, hit the subscribe button, and then check out his videos. So we went from. So I had the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I was doing the little trips here and there, and then I started jumping. It actually was the end of last year, and then into this year, I started getting a few credit cards. I did get the Chase Ink Business Plus card. That was the first card that I got, and that was probably about a year and a half ago when I started up again, because I stopped when I got the Chase Sapphire Reserve. I stopped for a while. I wasn't getting any credit cards for over 6-7 months, and so then I jumped back in. I got the Chase Ink Business Preferred, and I not Business Preferred, Chase Ink Business Plus. That's what it was called before. So I got that card. And then once I got that card, then I started looking, okay, well, what other cards should I be looking at? And so I started going with the business cards, basically what I was doing. And I got one more card that wasn't business. I got the Hyatt card. So before the World of Hyatt card, they had it was just called the Hyatt card. So I got that card. And I already realized that I really like staying at Hyatt properties. And if you guys check out the video that I just put out today, that's that is the main reason why I gave them a chance. And I've liked staying at Hyatt properties ever since. Now I've stayed at other properties. I've stayed at Marriott properties. I've stayed at Hilton properties. After staying at Hyatt, and I keep coming back to Hyatt. I like Hyatt's. I like their customer service is the main thing. So went from there. So I had the Hyatt card, and then they changed that Hyatt card. They changed the whole program to World of Hyatt, and so when they did that, then they did like an offer where I can't even remember how many points. I didn't get like a sign up bonus, but I did get some points to switch the card over. And at the time, it did make sense to do that. They were giving you some benefits that you weren't getting with the regular Hyatt card. They were both still good cards, but like the earn possibility on the World of Hyatt card was better than the Hyatt card that I was using. So I went ahead and just did a product change. I didn't get that full sign up bonus for that card. So did that. And then from there, then I was looking at, so at this point I had the City Premier card. That was one card that I canceled. Never cancel a credit card. Never do that. But I did do it because I didn't know any better back in the day. And my whole thought was, okay, you got this card. It's the annual fee was waived the first year. This is another thing you don't do too. The annual fee is it was waived the first year. but it's going to come into play the next year. So before it came into play, I canceled the card. That's another thing you don't want to do. You want to, you can let it hit and then try to do, like a retention, like call them and tell them, hey, I like this card, but it's really not giving me this. It's really not giving me that, and see if they can give you some points for it, or if they can waive that annual fee another year or something. So you don't just cancel the card, and really don't cancel it prior to, because it really looks bad. The banks remember that kind of stuff. So when you want to apply again, they might not accept you because of that type of practice. So nonetheless, I canceled it. And so at that point, I had, I had the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the Citi Advantage card, the American Airlines Advantage card, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, the Hyatt card, and the what was the other card? The Chase Ink Business Plus card. So I had those cards at that time. And so then I started looking at, okay, well, maybe I should look into these other Chase Ink cards. And so I got the Chase Ink Unlimited card. And these are sign-up bonuses with these cards. Like, they have really good sign-up bonuses. So it was 50,000. I think I got, no, actually, I might have even gotten, I might have gotten I think I got 80,000 with the sign-up bonus with the Chase Ink Business Plus card. And then I got 50,000 with the Chase Ink Unlimited. And then earlier this year, I got the United Explorer card, and that was like 75,000 sign-up bonus. That was the business card. So I got that card, and then in May, I got the Chase Ink Cash card, and so that's it. Then I haven't gotten any cards since then. Right now, just so you guys know, I am looking into getting a loan. So it's not a good thing to do when you're seeking a loan. It's not a good thing to do to start opening up a bunch of credit cards. So I haven't seen anything that I want to jump on right away anyway. So I'm not missing out on anything. You guys know I have a Chase ecosystem. I am interested in American Express, but I don't need to get any American Express cards right now. So I don't need to get any cards, period, right now. I'm set. I have my next trip already planned out. I know how many points I'm going to use. It's going to be airfare only. I'm not using it for any hotel stays. For the most part, no hotel stays. I might, because for those of you who don't know, I'm going to Carnival. So I'm going to Carnival in Barranquilla, Colombia, in February, late February. So I already have that planned out. As far as, it's going to be 70,000 points. I already know that. I just need to book my airfare, basically. And then as far as hotels, I'm going to stay at the Airbnb when I'm at Carnival, and that's only going to be for 5 days. And then I'm going to be moving around. So once I start moving around, there could be a possibility if let's say we go stay in Cartagena for a couple of days. They have a Hyatt Regency there. I've been wanting to stay at this Hyatt Regency. Really nice property. So I'll probably do free nights there. And then in Bogota, I might go back to that Grand Hyatt and stay. I mean, that Grand Hyatt in Bogota is an amazing, that is the nicest hotel I've ever been in as far as stayed in. And I've stayed in some pretty nice places. I haven't stayed at like Ritz-Carlton or anything like that, but I've stayed at some pretty nice hotels, and this was, customer service wise and just look and feel of the place, it was an amazing spot. Anyway, so I might use points to stay there again. If I go back to Bogota, I'm gonna want to stay there at least a couple of nights. And then Maya's out there, so I'll probably end up doing like an Airbnb, maybe closer to where she lives. But for the most part, I do want to stay at that hotel again at least a couple of times. It was that nice. So that brings me to now. So what is my strategy right now? And like I said, I'm trying to get a loan, so I don't want to get any new credit cards right now, unless I absolutely think it's just the deal that I don't want to pass up on. Sign up bonus that's really good, and a card that I know I can really use right now. So other cards that I'm thinking about getting right now, I talked about one of them, JetBlue card. So the JetBlue Plus card. is one card that I want to get. I like flying on JetBlue. If I'm not flying business class, I like flying JetBlue. And so, like, if I'm flying on another airline that's business class, I'm good with that. But if it's not business class, I like JetBlue's setup. I like their even more seats. I always fly even more. So, and it gives you the perks. So you get to, if you're flying on even more seat, you get to, you get the priority boarding, and then you get a seat with a little more leg room, which I like. I'm 6 foot tall, so if I'm sitting in a seat, usually my knees are up against the back of the seat in front of me. So the even more seat gives you a little bit more space and lets you at least stretch your legs out a little bit, which I like. So um, that's why I'm looking at that card. Other cards that I'm looking at, I like the Alaska card. That mileage card is a good card because of the points. The value of those points are really good value. When I went to Thailand, I used Alaska Airline points to fly, actually to fly back, and I flew business class all the way, or not all the way. I flew business class. There were 3 legs. 2 of the legs was business class, and 1 leg was economy. But those points go really far. And you're saying, Alaska, how are you flying back from Thailand using Alaska points? Well, they have partners. So they have different airline partners, and one of the airline partners is Hanan Air. So that was one of the partners. And I'm going to tell you, in Hanan Air, they do the rankings every year. Hanan came in 7th overall out of 100 airlines as far as satisfaction, customer satisfaction. And they are very, very good. They're very good as far as their customer service. Their airplanes, I mean, they're not like, you have some top airplanes, Singapore Air and some of these different airlines where that they're known for having Emirates. They're known for having like nice airplanes and nice amenities in the business class section and stuff. So their business class was okay, but it was their customer service was just over the top, above and beyond anything I've ever experienced as far as flying on a business class seat and an economy seat. Now, I did fly first class, and that first class experience on British Airways, that was above and beyond. That was the best experience I've ever had. But flying on business class, usually the experiences that I've been getting, it's kind of, I mean, it's good, but it's not that over the top kind of feeling where they're really, really catering to you. But when I was on Hanan Air, they were very, very good. You had like 3 people that were taking care of you. It's not just one. Like, usually you fly business class and there's one person that's kind of in charge of your area. But when I was on Hanan Air flying business class, there was like 3 people. You always had like a supervisor, and then you had 2 other people that were there taking care of you. So that was good. And so I can't remember where I was going with this, but anyway, so that's kind of my strategy. Alaska Airlines credit card, JetBlue credit card. Those are the 2 that I like, and then moving into some American Express cards. I'm in no rush, honestly, when it comes to American Express, because what I think I want to do with American Express, I want to get the platinum and I want to get the gold, but I think I want to get business versions of those cards. And so I'm getting my whole business set up right and getting, past with the whole loan stuff. And then I can get the business cards. The reason why I'm looking at business cards is because if I do have, let's say, American Express Platinum, and I have the card, I'm using it, but then I stop traveling for whatever reason. If I have a business and the card is tied to my business, it's not going to hurt me personally if I cancel that card or downgrade the card. Or even if you downgrade it as a personal, it's not going to hurt you. But if I cancel a business card, it's not going to hurt me the same way it would. It's not going to hurt me at all. But if it's a personal card, yeah, it's going to hurt me if I cancel that card in that credit line. So just that's what I'm thinking about. The American Express Platinum, I think, is a great card. It has some really good perks. But if you are not traveling often, I don't think the card is worth keeping. So that's just my opinion. And then the American Express Gold card, I think, is a good keeper card because of the restaurants, and you might not be able to use all the credits, But and then another thing too, if you have a business, that's a write-off. So my annual fees are write-offs. And so it's something else I'm thinking about too. So I have a strategy when it comes to American Express. I'm not just completely ignoring them. I do have a strategy. All right, guys. Here now's a good time. Please hit that like button if you guys are in the building. Please hit the like button. It'll bring some more people in, so we can have more people join the discussion. So that is my strategy as of right now. I want to know what your strategy is. So please, in the comment section, let me know what your strategy is. Or I keep saying comment in the chat box. Let me know what your strategy is and how you're working your strategy. And the poll is going on right now, and I see we have 7 votes so far. So if you got, like I said, you have to put it exactly the way it's printed. I'm gonna kind of scan through and just let you guys know if I do see something that you're gonna need to change a little bit, so we get more votes. Right now, a lot of people are collecting for future trips. So that is, how many points is that? So that's 5 votes. 5 votes is for collecting, and then 2 votes is for travel now. Yeah, and I've always been that way. Like when it comes to points, I just want to travel. I want to travel now. Like I'm not trying to save points for anything. I might have those points for 3 months and then they're gone because I've taken a trip and I've used those points. Some people do want to, they're planning on a big trip somewhere and they want to use points for the whole trip, which is great. But I like to use them when I have them. And there's a lot. There is talk when it comes to using your points. Like if you do save your points, you are running a risk of devaluation and stuff like that. So that is talked about. I always, the way that I look at it, there's always going to be a balance. They're going to devalue some stuff, but then you're going to get some other benefits, or they're going to allow you to earn more points. So there's always going to be that balance. So you're never going to have 50,000 points and then tomorrow those points are worth nothing unless they go out of business completely, the airline or the hotel. But you'll always have some different options, I think, and it will always kind of balance out. They're not going to take it all from you. It might take a little bit at a time, but then they'll give you a little bit too. So it's going to be a give and take, I think. That's just the way that I see things. But yeah, I want points. I want to use my points now. And it's funny because, having different conversations with different people, especially on WhatsApp and stuff like that, and you hear people's strategy, and some people just want to earn and they don't care. Like they just want to get these points. So anytime there's points that are out there, they're trying to jump on those points. I understand that strategy, but it's just not for me. And I've never played that aggressive strategy where you just get all these different credit cards. And some people like to play that strategy where they churn cards. They get a bunch of credit cards and they're just getting all those points. And then they're either downgrading the cards, canceling some cards, doing different things with the cards, so they don't have to pay the annual fee. Usually, if it's waived the first year, they don't have to pay it. And then before that next one hits, they're trying to do something with that card, so they don't have to pay that full annual fee. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if there are any questions. You guys have questions, just put at TEC. And like I said, please hit that like button so we can get the likes up. We got about 24 likes. Let's try to hit at least 40 likes tonight. And then we got to work it back up. I always forget to kind of put it out there to people. Yeah, hit the like button. And then share this video with other people too. So if you have a Facebook account, share it on your Facebook so people know, hey, this is what we're talking about here, travel credit cards. There are a lot of people I know, like my friends, that are interested in travel credit cards, but they don't really know. And some people they don't want to ask questions. They don't want to look like they don't know. This is a great platform for that because you don't have to ask questions. No one even has to know you're here. You can just sign in and just kind of watch and maybe, listen to what I'm saying, look at the chat, and you can kind of get an idea. I think the biggest selling point of travel credit cards is when people tell you their stories as far as, oh, I use points and I traveled here. I use points and I traveled here. And then that's when it starts clicking for people. And I have a lot of friends that see me travel a lot all the time. And they're wondering, how is he affording to do this? And then when I tell them, they're like, really? And so that's when they start thinking, okay, well, wow, maybe I can do this too. So that's like the biggest selling point. So if you do have friends, family members that are skeptical of this whole thing, the best way to learn about it is to jump in the conversation that we're having, even if they don't, they don't have to even participate. So you can share it with them and they'll know what's going on. Okay, we have another super chat. Jay Gamble, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it, man. And all the super chats, so you guys know, when it comes to super chats, that money goes to at the end of every month we do a raffle, and we raffle off gift cards. And so like a $50 gift card. So that's where the money goes. It goes to that, and then it also goes to equipment and stuff like that I use for these live streams. Believe it or not, stuff does get expensive. I mean, it's camera equipment. It's I'm sitting here right now, just so you guys know, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again. There are 3 monitors in front of me right now. So I have like my laptop, and that monitor, I'm looking at that, is showing the time. I have another monitor in front of me where I can read all of the chat, and then I have another monitor off to the side that I use whenever I show you guys what's on my screen. So there's stuff going on in the background. You obviously see this big mic that's in front of me, and I got the different things here where I can flip to different screens. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into doing a live stream. And now that I do have another channel, Creator Visuals, I'm going to start putting out videos where you guys see exactly how I do some of the stuff that I do. I've been getting a lot of compliments on my live streams. Like they look professional. So I want to share that with everyone, so we can all partake in if you want to get in front of the camera and talk, then you can get in front of the camera and talk. I'll show you how to do that. So that's out of my other channel, Creator Visuals. And go over there and subscribe to that channel. I'm really trying to get it going. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to get a channel going. I forgot how hard it was, because like when you the way and I'm talking and trying to type at the same time. I can't do 2 things at once. So once you have a channel already and you have 1,000 subscribers, or you start building the channel, it's a lot easier to get more subscribers because your stuff is out there. But when you first start out, that first 100, and I remember when people used to say this, and I didn't really, because I already had a channel, I didn't really think too much about it. But to get that first 100 is very, very hard, because YouTube doesn't know you. So they're not going to promote you. They're not going to promote any of the stuff that you put out. It's just like you're putting stuff out, you're taking your time working on these videos, and they're not promoting it at all. And so you have to kind of promote it. And being that I have another channel now, I can kind of promote it a little bit easier than some people can. But it's really hard to get the first 100, and then it's hard to get that first 1,000. But then once you get that, then YouTube will start. They'll know what you're about. They'll know what your channel is about, and they'll start giving you more promotion. And that's, YouTube is run on promotions. The YouTubers that are at the top right now, they're hitting trending. They hit the trending. What do you call it? Trending feed, and they just blow up that way. And YouTube will promote them, and they put out a video, they'll put them on trending again, and then they'll blow. So that's how they get to where they are. For the most part, it's YouTube really promoting them. If YouTube doesn't promote you, I don't care how good your video is, you're not gonna get the views. Okay, let's see. So any questions specifically for me, just put @TEC, and we'll go over those questions and comments right now. All right, let's see. I'm just moving back up to the top here, and I'll skim. So if I do miss your question, I apologize. If I miss your question, just ask it again. Say, hey, I asked a question about this. Can you answer it? Or if you have a comment to make and I skip over it, then just ask the comment again. Let's see. Okay, so Mr. Chocolatasso is saying that I'm in the earn and burn strategy, or I have the earn and burn strategy. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. I'm not trying to save points for anything. I know they're available. So that's the thing. Like once you know, and I did go through this early on when I started earning points. When I got, like I told you, I got to 300,000 points. And I'm thinking, wow, this is great. I don't want to use them. I want to keep that 300,000. But I know now ways that I can earn points, and I know there are different opportunities that will present themselves where I can earn points. So it's not a deal breaker for me to I don't have any fear when it comes to like losing points and not being able to get points again. And then I know just the way my spending is now is a lot different than it was in the past. And even when I started getting travel credit cards, I was still nervous about using credit cards. So I would hit that sign up bonus, but that didn't necessarily mean that I was using that card all the time. I would still use my debit card. I was still more comfortable using my debit card. And so because of that, I I I lost on a lot of points that I could have earned, and that was early on because, like I said, I was still nervous about this whole credit card thing, and then eventually I gradually got to the point where I didn't use my debit card at all, and it's all credit card. So all credit cards. That's what I was using, and now I like it even better now. And this is one thing that I don't talk about, but it's easier. It's actually easier for me to look at my bank account and look at my credit card account. And being that I'm in the same ecosystem for the most part, all my cards are Chase, with the exception of one card, the Citi card, the Advantage card, which I don't use very often. Every 3 months, I'll use it for gas, and that's it, just to keep it active. And I still have points. I have like 18,000 points on that, and with that Advantage account. But the other cards, it just makes it so much easier because now I can look at my bank statement and I could see, like, I do have certain things that are automatic that come out of my out of my bank account, and I'm not going to earn points for them anyway. I can't use them. It's one of those deals where you can't use your credit card to make those payments. So I know those things will come out of my bank account, and then everything else is going to be in my on my credit cards. And so it just makes it a lot easier. Every 2 weeks, I just look at it. I look at my bank statement, I look at my bank account, and I know how much money I have in there, and then I just transfer it over and pay off my credit cards. I don't know. It's a lot easier than I thought it would be. Um, I was very concerned about how to make those payments as far as credit cards. Oh, I'm going to miss a payment and that kind of stuff. And so another thing that I do too is auto pay. All of my and I learned this from just recently because I wasn't doing auto pay before. And I can't remember, somebody in here raised that you should just have auto pay for the minimum every month, and then just pay. Like I don't want you to, because I want this to come out the right way. So I have auto pay minimum payment for all of my credit cards, but I don't pay the minimum payment. I pay the full payment. But just in case there's a situation and someone raises, I can't remember who it was. So if you remember who you, or if you remember, if you were the one that made this statement, just let us know in the chat. But what if you you get sick, you go to the hospital or something like that, and you're not able to make that payment for whatever reason, something tragic, God forbid, happens in your family, and you're away, and your mind is just not thinking credit cards, making payments. Your mind is just thinking about the situation. So in that whole scenario, have that bill pay just in case, so you're not going to have to pay any late fees. You're not going to look bad as far as the credit card company will look at you and say, well, you're not making your payments on time and stuff like that. So have that minimum payment set, but then pay it off every month anyway. So that's what I do now, and that works out. That works out for me. Okay. Okay, so Jessica saying starting with the travel cards in May, right after our son was born, because we wanted to still see family. Okay, so enough expenses, but the benefits from the travel cards. Okay. So yeah, so Jessica's saying that they started because they wanted to see family more, and that's great. Like just having that opportunity, right? You have the ability to leave at any time, and I think that's one of the real good benefits about points and having points. I could leave at any time. If I had to fly out to, we'll say Florida, because Chocolatazo is going out there. If I had to fly out to Florida tomorrow, I know that I could figure out a way using points to fly out there. I know that I could do it, even though it's tomorrow. Obviously, I could pay for a ticket tomorrow, but that ticket's probably going to be pretty expensive. So if I could use points, I can, I know I can do it. And so just having that flexibility, that power, I think is really, really a good deal. Okay, let's see. Move on down here. Okay, you guys are putting I'm third. So Randy, just so you know, and Chocolatazo's put up first. You have to go to the video. So that link that I put out there about the video, go to that video and then put I'm first, I'm second, I'm third, I'm fourth. Do it on there, and then that way, then I'll give you guys 200 points for each person that puts it will get 200 points. Now you guys are asking about points. If you guys are brand new and you don't know really what this whole point thing that I'm talking about, so at the end of every month, the last Saturday of the month, we do a raffle, and you use those points to purchase raffle tickets. And each raffle ticket is, what was it, 50 points each raffle ticket. And so then you have an opportunity to win the $50 gift card at the end of the month. So that's what you're earning points for. You also earn points for super chats. So you'll get like, I think it's 3 points for every dollar for the super chat. And then you'll also get points just for watching. So if you're watching, every 10 minutes, you get 10 points. So if you watch my whole live stream, let's say the live stream is an hour, then you're going to get 60 points just for watching. And then they're just different things where I'll give you guys points for different things that are done. Comments is one of the things. So if you do comment on my videos, and I'll do a random check not every week. I'm saying not every week, but it's probably going to be pretty much every week. But I'll look and I'll say, okay, this person is participating, and then I'll give you 100 points just for doing that. Okay, let's see. All right. John, thank you for stopping by. So he's saying this is his first live stream. Thank you for being here, buddy. If you have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to put it in the chat. If you have a question specifically for me, just put at TEC. But yeah, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, so Randy's saying, hey TEC, should I use my Chase points for airlines or hotels to Honolulu? Going on our first family vacation on a plane. It depends. Hawaii is their hotels are really expensive. I mean, for what you get, you're gonna use a lot. You're gonna pay a lot of money. So if you can, like with Chase, they have some Hyatt properties there. I don't know where you're staying in Hawaii, but they have a few Hyatt properties. In Honolulu, they have Hyatt Place. I highly recommend Hyatt Place. You don't have to use as many points. I think it's 12,000 points a night, and it's the Hyatt Place in Honolulu is nice. It's nice. It's a high rise. It's not a traditional Hyatt Place. Usually Hyatt Place, it might be like 8, 9 stories. This is like a high rise, like 20 something floors. But very, very nice. They give you the free breakfast. So if you're with like family, this is perfect for family because you get the free breakfast. So if you stay at some other Hyatt properties, you're not going to get free breakfast. They have some nice Hilton properties out there as well. But being that you say you have Chase points, Hyatt is probably going to be your best option. So I don't know. Like, I don't know how large your family is. Using points for airfare, if you have a large family, it might not make sense. You might be better off using cash and then using those points for your hotel stay, because points, if you have a family, points for a hotel stay go a lot further, if that makes sense. So if I'm booking airfare for 5 people, I'm going to use a lot of points to book that airfare, right? Whereas if I'm have 5 people staying at a hotel, you're only going to use those points for that one. Like if it's one person or 5 people, you're using the same amount of points to stay in the hotel. So it might make more sense if you do have a large family, which, I mean, if it's family, even if it's more than 2 people, I would go with the hotel, use the points for a hotel. Plus, like I said, some of those hotel prices are just, they're crazy. If I remember correctly, it was $300 a night to stay at a Hyatt Place in Honolulu, which you guys know Hyatt Place it's a very nice hotel, but usually you're not spending more than $150 to stay at a Hyatt Place. So yeah, in Hawaii they do hike those prices up. Okay, so I hope that helps, man. Okay, going through the questions here. This is a great time, guys, to hit the like button. We got about 25 likes. Let's get to 40 likes. We got 15 likes to go, guys. Tranquilo. Let's see. So Henry saying that he just took a trip to Europe on his AA credit card. Cool, cool. So did you fly American Airlines? Did you fly on a different airline? Let us know. And I used my AA points to fly British Airways. They're partners. So I was able to use that to fly first class. It was 70,000 points at that time. So those are the only points that I think. Yeah. No. Oh, well, I did fly. Well, yeah, those are the only points that. No. I'm second guessing myself. So yes, that was only one flight. So British Airways on the way back. On the way up, I used the rest of my almost the rest of my points, like 30 or 40,000 points, to fly up to Paris on American Airlines. Okay. Oh, and Chocolatazo said that he loves it. He gets to see the country. Yeah, that's cool, man. I do need to take one of those trips. I'm going to tell you guys one of my. I've kind of because I travel more. Like I've been traveling outside the country more. I've pulled away from this, but I do want to get back to it and make it a reality. But I follow a lot of these YouTube channels that they're nomadic travelers, and most of them travel within the U.S. and they either have a motorhome or a converted van. Like when I say converted van, I don't mean like, well, there are a couple of guys that I used to watch. I haven't really watched them in a while, but that will have like a converted van, but it's really kind of their little conversion where they didn't. It's all just stuff that they just bought. Like they went to a secondhand store and bought some stuff and then put it in their van and then they're off. But then I also watched some converted vans that are, they're nice, professionally converted, or they converted them themselves, but they did a really good job doing it. And I watch these guys, and it's great content because they're just traveling the world or traveling the U.S. right now, and they just drive around and they end up in a new city and they just vlog about it. And so there are a few that I follow, and that's been my dream as far as traveling. I want to travel outside the country, but I also want to hit every national park. I want to photograph every national park. So that is one thing that I kind of pulled away from a little bit. As far as I still watch the channels, but I wanna get a van. I want to get one of these Dodge ProMaster vans and convert it and use that van to travel the U.S. and take pictures at all the national parks. So that's my goal. Now I do understand, and I've been to. There are some parks like in Hawaii. They have some national parks. I've gone to a national park in Hawaii, and I've already been to that one. So I even got they have these little passport books where you go, so you can go to the national park and then you stamp, just like a regular passport, you stamp each national park that you've gone to. So far, I think I've been to three. I think I got all three stamps. So I've been to um, Yosemite. I've been to, we have Joshua Tree out here where I live, and then Helilikia. I think that's how you say it. It's in Maui. So I've gone there. So I think those are the only three national parks that I've been to. So there's like over 50 that that I want to travel to. So that's something that I want to do, and I'd love at that point then I can do some videos about that, me traveling. Uh, I don't know what I'm getting into yet when it comes to like that. My whole thing is you have to buy the van and then retrofit the van. My thing is this. For me, I do sell prints, so there's a way that I can kind of make this a business as far as having buying the van, converting the van, but as a business well, we'll have to see. I got to talk to some people, right? But in the way that I'm thinking about it is, yes, I'm traveling to the national parks, I'm taking pictures, and I'm selling those prints. It's a part of the business that I do, as well as I do photography already. So if I had a van that was a conversion, but it's not a motorhome conversion. It's more it's converted so you can sleep in it, but it's also converted where you can use it as a vehicle for your photography gigs. It's a good place to meet, to have people. You can go to them and do a consultation in the van, right? Have all of your equipment in the van as far as your photography equipment, but not just that. Have your printers in there. Have stuff, so I could be somewhere and have all the things that I need. One of the things when it comes to especially like shooting weddings and stuff like that, having all your equipment with you, having the ability to have them like, or if I'm on a shoot, like a shooting models, families, all that kind of stuff, having all that equipment with you where you can just stop and say, okay, yeah, we took the pictures. You know what? Why don't you guys go to lunch? I'm gonna stay here. Come back in an hour. I'll have all the pictures up for you guys, so you guys can see them. We can proof them, and you can tell me what you like and all that stuff. So just stuff like that. There's a lot of things I'm thinking about. But anyway, I went off on a way off left field. But I'm saying that to say, yes, I do want to travel in the U.S. and I would love to just drive and go from destination to destination. The only thing is it does take time, a lot of time. So usually when I take time off, I want to fly somewhere and get there. But if you do have the time to just kind of drive, I think that's a real good thing to do. Okay, let's see. Henry saying, gotta join your WhatsApp group. Yes, join the WhatsApp group, man. There's a lot of, I'm telling you, there's so much information there. And we have a few other YouTubers that are in there that will put out content. Jason's in there. He puts out content from Flashpoint Capital. Will Schropp is in there. He puts out content. We have people in there. How to Get an 800 credit score puts out. So you're going to have different people who are putting out videos and showing you links there. And then we're also talking about stuff. So anytime stuff comes up, Dolly, David, oh God, I don't want to miss people. So I don't want to, there's a lot of people that are putting out different information. Tim puts out some really good information too, so that you get links and you get up-to-date information. So it's good. So I recommend everyone. And right now I have it open. I want to keep it open as long as possible. But if we start getting a lot of people coming in, and when I say spamming, I don't mean share your information, but we have people coming in, like we did have a couple people come in and they're just putting random stuff on there that has nothing to do with travel credit cards and stuff like that. So if they're just coming in doing that kind of stuff, I will block them. But if it gets to a point where it's just too many people that aren't serious, then I will shut it down again, or just not shut it down. I shouldn't say that. Keep it open, but close it off so people can't get in. Let's see. Randy saying, "Do good, my friend." I hope. Okay, so you guys are talking back and forth here. Okay. Just looking for any questions, guys. So if you do have questions, now's the time to put it in the chat. And Wayne, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Hi, hello from London. Cool, London. How are the travel credit cards there? Wayne, if you are still in the building, let us know. I've looked at some different. We have it good in the U.S. when it comes to earning points and stuff like that, because I've seen some other credit cards in other countries and they're not earning anything. I think in the WhatsApp group someone posted something. I don't know if it was Canada or in somewhere in Europe, but yeah, it's crazy the sign up bonuses that we get and the way that we earn points. We can earn a lot of points. Now I don't know, maybe the points go a lot further in some of these other countries, so it makes sense that they're not earning a lot of points at one time. But yeah, we have it good when it comes to points. Okay, or at least sign up bonuses and earning points. Like we're getting 3 points for every dollar when they're getting like 2 points for every dollar, and that's like good for them, right? Okay. So looking at our poll, we have 9 people who voted so far, and a lot of people are collecting. We have 6 people that are collecting for later, and 3 people that are earning and burning, so getting them right now. No one else is doing anything else as far as trying to hit milestones like getting 1,000,000 points. And redeeming for cash back. We don't have anyone doing that. And what's the other one I put? No plans. So usually people have a plan. Now I put that on there like no plan, but earn for like benefit. Like you have the credit cards and you're using them for the benefits, basically. So using the credits, using the lounge access, things like that. So you have the card, you're earning points, but you don't have any plans to use those points. You're just earning them, and you're using that card for the other little benefits that you get with the card. Okay. All right. I'm just looking for questions, guys. So if you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat. And then also take a minute to hit that like button if you can, so we can promote this out to more people. Now, interviews. I do want to get back to interviews. So I'm going to start hitting people up again for interviews. It's just, I don't know, something happened when I came back from vacation. I just kind of got off topic when it comes to like setting up interviews. And that's when I said, oh yeah, I just want to have one day for this live stream, and then do something else with interviews. So I am planning on talking to some people and hitting up. There's a few people that I already talked to, and we had some stuff tentatively set. So I'm going to get back with them too and see if we can't bring them into. Okay, just to give you guys more, I don't want to just be me all the time talking. And let's face it, my stories are boring sometimes, especially if you heard them before. And I apologize for that. But sometimes I have to say stuff over and over because there are new people that come in and they might not have heard this information. So let's see. Randy saying the Chasing Cash card is a great card. Yeah, that card's amazing. That is my favorite card this year. As far as the cards that I've gotten this year, that is my favorite card. I think it is worth getting. I don't care what ecosystem you have, that card is worth it's worth getting. It's a great card. It works. Obviously, it works with the Chase ecosystem better because you do want to have a Chase Sapphire Preferred Reserve or Chase Ink Business Preferred, so you can use those points for travel. But it's a good card with a great sign-up bonus, no annual fee. You can't go wrong with getting that card. Even if you did get it and you didn't use the points, and like let's say you have American Express, you have that ecosystem, you don't have any Chase cards, just get this card, hit that sign-up bonus, and don't redeem the points. And then in the future, get one of those cards, the Chase Sapphire Preferred or the Reserve or the Ink Preferred, and then you can use those points. But it's a card to really consider. Joe Hill Experience, what's going on, buddy? Okay. And we are, oops. Okay, just lost my place here. Okay, I lost a few spots here. Okay, let's go ahead and move on down. Let's see. So Gamble's asking me, Jay Gamble's asking me if I booked my Airbnb for Carnival. I have. I've booked that. Just for those 5 days, 4 days. No, I'm staying 5 days. So for the 5 days, I've already booked Airbnb. You have to kind of get out there early, especially for large events like that, because they those spots are gone. Let's see, to not seeing many nice spots. Yeah, they go fast. They do, and I think I'm paying. Oh man, how much am I paying? I can't even remember. I think I'm paying like $60 a night, which is a lot. Airbnbs you can get them for 20 to $30 a night, like on a regular night. But yeah, they're about 60. Maybe it was $64 a night, something like that. But they go quick. There's always Gamble. There's always available hotels, but they're just not near the parade route. I wanted to be able to walk to the parade route, so that's the reason why I went with the Airbnb. And I spent, because like I said, $60 is a lot for Airbnb. But the reason I spent a little bit extra is I want to be able to walk to the parade route. Okay. Let's see. Things I'll let the wife know. I'll tell her it's the same idea. Laugh out loud. Great channel, my friend. Yeah. Yeah, tell us your idea. Let's see. I also have some Hyatt points, which I wanted to use for the Andaz in Maui. But they don't let you book reward stays. Yeah, they do that sometimes. So CJ's just saying that he has some Hyatt points that he wants to use to stay at the Andaz in Maui. One of the things I do not like about Hyatt is not all the properties will allow you to use points, which is really that bothers me. Now they might allow you to use them at certain times, but certain times they won't allow you, because I thought that they just shut it, like some of them just will not allow points at all. But I think part of they kind of have to. I shouldn't say that. Maybe they don't have to, but usually they will offer points at some point. But they don't offer them that often. And the reason I say that is because there was a couple places that I stayed where they weren't allowing points, and then I look later and what do you know, they're allowing points, or they weren't allowing free nights, and then I look and then they're allowing free nights. And one of them really bothered me because I had to stay. I didn't have to, but I stayed in Anaheim, which is near where I live. I stayed right by Disneyland, and for the VidCon, for the conference, and I had to use my points, but I had some free nights that I really needed to get rid of because they were going to expire, and I couldn't use them. So I had to use 12,000 points. And then, sure enough, as soon as VidCon was over, the next week it was available, free nights. So that bothers me, but they do that sometimes. Okay. Okay, let's see. Jessica saying we want the RV life eventually. You need to check out Colorado. There are lots of national parks and monuments. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like, I definitely want to go to Colorado. I want to go to everywhere where there's national. Every state that has national parks, but I don't know about I do want to do the RV life. I don't know. I've never stayed in the RV. I haven't been in an RV since I was a kid, and I'm talking I was like 13, and we went somewhere. I think we went to Redwood, the Redwood National Forest, and family trip, of course. And that was the last time I was in an RV. I don't even remember being in that RV. I just or I shouldn't say that. I remember being there the RV, but I don't remember like sleeping and all the the things that you do, the stuff that's not glamorous about RVs. So obviously, if I convert a van, have it converted, I'm probably not gonna have like a full on. I'm not gonna have a shower in there, so I'm gonna have to go to truck stops and do the shower thing and the whole restroom thing, and have a little porta potty. I don't know, like all this stuff is stuff that I have to kind of like figure out, and I don't know how I can deal with. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not I don't go camping. Let's just put it that way. Like I'll do hotels and stuff like that, but I don't go camping. But I think an RV will suit what I need because there's other things I want to do too. Like I love going in. Some of you guys might not know this, but I like doing astrophotography. I haven't done it in a while, but taking pictures of the stars. So I'll go to Joshua Tree is a perfect place, especially when there's a new moon. When there's no moon out, like you have new moon once every month, where the moon doesn't come out and it's just completely dark, and you have beautiful stars. And so I love doing that. But the big problem with that is when you shoot a new moon and if you want to get the stars at their brightest point, you're going to be out there at 3 or 4 in the morning usually. So how perfect would it be to go to Joshua Tree, have your little motorhome or your little van conversion, and you can just relax all night, wake up at 3 in the morning, turn your camera, because usually there's different ways to take pictures of the stars, but you can do long time lapse photography, and you can do long exposure photography to take pictures of the stars. So wake up, take some pictures for a couple of hours until the sun rises, go back to sleep, and then get up and go home. That's a good day. That would be a good day for me as far as photography. I'd feel good about that. But what I do now is I go stay in a hotel room, and there's a Hyatt in the actual Hyatt, not a Hyatt place, not a Hyatt, just a Hyatt. It's an older property. So I'll go stay there, and I don't even really make use of the room. Like I'll be there, I'll sleep until like 2 in the morning, get up, drive, because it's about an hour from. It's about 45 minutes from the Hyatt to get because when you get into Joshua Tree, you still have to drive. Getting to Joshua Tree is probably about 20-25 minutes, but then you have to drive a ways to get to whatever point you want to go to, and usually you want to go to the very middle of Joshua Tree because that's where you don't have any city lights or anything like that. So yeah, it usually takes about 45 minutes to get there. So it would be perfect if I had an RV. That's all I'm saying. All right. Jessica, okay, is talking about Rocky Mountain, Black Canyon. Okay, yeah, I definitely need to get around and drive. And maybe one thing I need to do is just rent an RV and see how it is. Take it out for a couple of days and just see how that experience is, and then I can work from there. Yeah, there's a lot of parks I want to go. Grand Tetons I want to go to, definitely. Zion. Yeah. I had so much fun. When I went to Yosemite, I went with a buddy, and we did this probably 4 or 5 years ago. And there's some videos. I put some videos up. I vlogged it. Probably, I think three vlogs I put out. It was fun, man. We had a great time, and we were out walking, hiking, doing all this different stuff that I hadn't really done before, and just getting some of the photos there was just amazing. So that really sparked my interest in, wow, this is cool. Like I would love to go to more national parks and take pictures there. Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions? Go ahead and put it in the chat, and then please hit that like button, guys. Let's see, 2 more likes and we'll hit 30. So please, if you are in here and you have not hit the like button, please do so. And then if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. We put out content, or I've been putting out content. I said I was going to do daily, but I'm actually doing every other day. It seems like it works better as far as as far as the views. Like I get more views when I put them out every other day. When I put it out every day, I don't get as many views on each video. I think people don't really have time to like watch a video a day, but every other day seems to work a lot better. So that's what I've been doing. Okay. All right, guys, let me know if there are any other questions. I'll give you a couple more minutes here, and we'll switch over to the poll real quick so you guys can see that. And I don't know what's going on with my my chat on here is not working. So, all right, so we have 9 votes so far, and most people are collecting and saving for later, which is what I expected. I kind of thought that's kind of the way people would go when it comes to, because we can't all just get out and travel all the time, right? Some people travel once a year, like one big trip, and so that would make sense to earn your points now and then use it for that trip. So that's what most people are doing. But 3 people are doing the earn and burn. So that's good to know. Everything else, no hits on all the other stuff there. So nobody's trying to hit 1,000,000 points. I think David was pretty. What was David like? 500,000. He has a lot of points. Amex King, but other than that, yeah, nobody's doing cash back, which is good. That's interesting. Like I remember that was one of the things that I didn't know about back in the day when I started getting points and stuff, as far as like cash back. How does that work, and should you do it? And most people would advise against doing cash back. You're getting the best value if you actually use it for travel. So if you're earning points and using it for travel, that's your best bang for your buck. But I do understand, especially if you have a business, stuff like that, and you have business expenses, and you're really putting a lot of money through those cards, because you have to understand businesses, they're constantly spending money. So that makes sense to me. Like if I'm using it as a business or for business purposes and I need to buy new stuff, then using those using cash back would make sense. Or using the cash back to buy gift cards that you're giving away for Christmas presents, Christmas party and things like that. So, or just using it for stuff, different events that you're having. So yeah, that all makes sense. All right, so that is our vote there. Go ahead and come back here. Now, I appreciate everybody stopping by. And we're gonna really I'm really gonna start promoting it more so we can get more people in the room. I don't know, we've dropped off a little bit. Did I upset some people? I don't know. But we used to be at around 40. Now we're dropping around 25, 30, which is fine. But I do want to promote more about the live streams, and you have some more guests that are coming on and stuff like that, so we can make it more interesting. I did get some feedback from some people, and I really appreciate that. Thank you guys very much for the feedback when it comes to how to make better videos for you guys, as well as better live streams. So I'm going to work on some of those things. But the whole goal here is to make it a community. So not just about me, but make it a community of people that come together where we can talk about travel credit cards once a week on Saturday. And right now it is Saturday, but I will be honest with you, I like Sunday as well. And so there could be some time in the future where we switch over to Sunday and make Sunday the regular day. The only reason that I say, or the main reason that I say that, is I think Sunday is better for me and better for most people when it comes to having some time to kind of sit back and listen to a live stream. Obviously Saturday we're pretty busy. Most people are busy on Saturday. You're taking care of things. You have a family, you're taking care of the kids, you're doing all that kind of stuff. Not that you don't do that on Sunday, but Sunday for me is more of a wind down day where you're getting ready for the week to come. So I think it's a better day to do the live streams. So we'll see. I'm at a point right now where that will happen. Like Sunday will be the day eventually, but I just don't know exactly when I'm going to go to that. And when it does go to Sunday, it will be Sunday it will be the last Sunday of the month as far as the giveaway. If that's what you guys are asking, as far as the giveaway, yeah, we'll do the giveaway the last Sunday of the month. So that would be the way that works. So we're still gonna do the giveaway. I enjoy doing that, so that is not going to change. But the day that we do live streams, we'll probably change to Sunday. And I've gotten feedback from people where they say, yeah, Sunday is a better day for them as well. So, like I'm saying, I just want to make this about a community. I don't want it to just be about me, right? I don't want to be on here just always talking. That's why I want to have guests on, and that's why I rely a lot on what you guys put in the chat, and we can go from there. So that, and then at some point I want to start doing some like questions. So in the WhatsApp group, I'll pose, hey, if you guys have questions, put in the WhatsApp group, and then we'll talk about those questions in the next live stream, that kind of stuff, or we'll talk about this topic in the next live stream. So I really look to you guys to kind of gear me in the right direction, or steer me in the right direction. So hope that all makes sense, guys. All right, so thank you guys all for stopping by, and really appreciate it. Like I said, I appreciate everyone who comes in and takes time out of their day to listen to me and to learn new things about travel credit cards. And so I really appreciate that. So I think I have this thing isn't set up right, is it? It should be my closing. Here we go. Let me see here. Just give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, it is right. I don't know why it was showing me something different. It's probably going to go off that again. All right. Okay, so this is my closing screen. I don't want to do that because now I can point to have you guys check out the videos over there. So if you're watching the rebroadcast. But yeah, thank you guys all for stopping by, and we'll be back on next Saturday. All right.